Hello everyone, this is Crystal Potthoff from Prayerful Arts, and I showed you in a previous video doing very simple snowflakes and layering colors. I'm going to do something different today. It's going to be a little more elaborate snowflake pattern, and I'm only going to dye it one color. So here we go, we're going to get started, and I am going to do some dividing on this egg. And I'm going to start with just dividing it in half because I'm actually going to do 2 snowflakes on this, and I want them to be kind of in the center. The one we did before, it didn't really matter where we put them because we just put them all over, so we didn't have to measure out. And this doesn't have to be exact. This is just to give me an idea. So all I'm doing is I'm just dividing the egg in half. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get my tape measure and mark. I didn't really mark the top, did I? Okay, well, I think the top's about there. Well, I guess I could do it from the bottom. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to mark at the 4 centimeter because these are large chicken eggs, and they're about 8 centimeters from top to bottom. And again, this is just to kind of give me an approximation. Now, I'm using my blue pen, so because I don't want the lines to show. So I've drawn one line all the way around the egg, and then I have put a dot here. And now that I think about that, I should have had the line also going the other way too. So let's draw that one. And again, these are just kind of reference points, so they don't have, this is just to keep my snowflake contained to just 1/2. I could put a little border around it. If I'm going to do that, I would measure a little more accurately, but I'm not going to. All right, so I have just, okay, so 2 lines, one going this way, one going this way. I marked the center, and now I'm going to take my template and I'm going to try and line it up with the 90 and the 60, where it says 90 and 60, and then draw the 60 and draw the 60. Now, if you don't have a template, you can just eyeball it. You don't have to have it be this exact. I just did. All right, and I should have marked where it stopped. Let's see if we can come up with an approximate of that. All right, okay. All right, so I have drawn my 6 lines going out, and now I'm going to draw in some of the elements that are going to go on this. And I'm going to start with using, this is one that I did a while ago, a long while ago, like almost 10 years ago. And you can see I've kept it out of the direct sunlight, and it's still, the colors are still pretty good on it. So I'm going to use this as my inspiration. Now I'm going to put it off to the side because I don't want it to look exactly like that. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to draw in, though, a couple of elements just so I have something to start with. I'm going to draw in some little diamonds, and I'm kind of marking where I want the point to be. And I'm going to draw in these diamonds. And you don't have to mark it at all. I mean, you can just, I've just given me some estimates there. And then, okay, so I think that's all I'm going to draw on it for right now. Now I am going to use my Lubas Electric, and it has some wax in it, but I'm going to fill it with the blue wax. So this is the Lubas Electric with the medium tip. And I am going to put this blue wax from, I'm sorry, this is the fine tip, the Lubas Electric with the fine tip. And I'm going to use some blue wax here and put that in there. Right like that. And we'll wipe it off. And make sure it's writing. I started the day with this beautiful, clean, working surface. And it now has dye all over it. It has so much dye I had to put this Kleenex down so you could, you didn't see the dye in the background. So when I'm doing these snowflakes, one of the things I try to do is just kind of go with the design. I have a little bit in my mind what I want to do, but not everything. So I am going to start with putting the wax on these diamonds. I just kind of go with where my creativity says to go. And now I am going to draw these little diamonds in here. Yeah, okay. Make sure you can see it on the video. I can see it. Sometimes I can see it. It's not so good on the video, but it looks like these lines are showing up well. Now, inside each one of these, I'm going to draw a little diamond, and I'm going to fill it in. One of the things you want to keep in mind when you're working on like a big snowflake is that you want to have a fair amount of wax on it. Because your only contrast is going to be the white of the eggshell against the color that you choose. So having a lot of design elements, you know, makes the snowflake pop more, I guess is what I would say. And you don't want to overdo it, but okay. So I have that. So then I start thinking about the only thing I know I want to happen is I want to have really long points coming out from the side eventually. I don't want the long points coming out this direction. I want them to come out that direction. But I'm not there yet. So what I do next is I think maybe I'll put a little dot on the end of each one of these. And these little dots are great ways. If you have one that ended up being a little shorter or a little longer, you can kind of adjust it with the dots. Okay, so we got dots on all of them. Now I'm going to draw another one, and it's going to go up further. And I didn't put any pencil lines on it. I just drew it. So I'm going to do that all the way around it. And when I do this, I do tend to go, I do the same element all the way around. And right now I'm in my studio. There's nobody here, so I'm not getting interrupted. So I can do this all the way through, which is always a good thing for me. I've been known to forget elements if I get interrupted. Right, so now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little thing here, kind of in the center of it. Not center, but kind of looks like that. And so we're going to put those in there. Before I dye this, I will go back and make sure I've completely filled this in. Because, yeah, and if I miss something, it's okay. It's just the background coming through the snowflake. Okay. All right. So now you can see it's kind of longer this way, which is where I'm wanting it to end up eventually. So now I am going to draw some more points. And these are going to go like this. I want them to be kind of big. And then I think I'm going to do another line inside like that. And then we'll do these little lines in. The other thing I would mention on the snowflake ornaments is I said I'm using the Luba's electric with the fine tip. I would use a medium or a fine. Personally, I would not use like an extra fine or anything smaller than that, because your lines almost become too thin. That when you do the you take the wax off, they don't really stand out against the background. They're kind of almost too skinny. I made that mistake one time when I was doing an etching, and I was going to do an ostrich egg that was a white ostrich egg, and then just etch it and kind of have the two variations of white, and I did all these thin lines, and then when you etched it, you couldn't see the thin lines because well, that one was there was no color on the egg, which was part of the problem. But there were too many thin lines. I mean, it's okay to have some, but too many, and you just really can't appreciate the design as well. You just need a little bit thicker line. So I would use my opinion, I would use either the medium or the fine, like I'm using. And I don't know how that translates into what the other ones are, but I think kind of makes sense, hopefully, what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got that. Now we're going to add one more. And because I did not measure everything, you can see it's a little lopsided, but it's a snowflake. That's okay. It's going to be fine. Okay, so we're going to do another one that comes like this. And this one I'm going to make just a little thicker. Oh, you know what else I want to do? I'm going to put little things here. I'm trying to fill up this space. And then I'm going to and the wax is just now starting to turn blue. Okay, now I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do this curly Q on it, because I had a lot of straight lines and I wanted to have some curved lines. So there's that. And then here, we're going to put a great big one up here like that. All right. Now let's do the same thing over here. They're little curly cues. And this kind of thing is a symbol of a ram's horn, which is a symbol of protection. And I always think of how the ram saved Isaac in the story of Abraham and Isaac. Oh, and put that there. You know what? And maybe I think it needs. So now I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think this needs some little dots on it too. So I'm going to do that. So I'm trying to like fill up the space, but not overpower it. And it's a, you know, it's a personal preference thing there, what you like, what you don't like. And I know I'm going over these lines. I don't normally do that, but I just kind of felt it needed it. All right, and then we'll do some dots on this. Oop, that one got really big. No, it's okay. We'll make this one equally big. Little thing up there. Curly cues. Another curly cue. I'm better at making them going this way than that way. I don't know why. Probably because I'm right-handed. I don't know. Okay. And where I live in central Illinois, last night it snowed here. But not, I can't see out my window yet because it's still kind of dark out. And I don't have my glasses on. That's probably the main reason I can't see outside. So I don't know if it's stuck on the ground or not. I don't know if it's still out there or if it's just snowed and then it melted. I'll find out when daylight hits. And I put my glasses on. Okay. All right. I got one more that we're going to do, and then we're going to call this one done. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to put this in vinegar for about 10 seconds. Well, I'm going to plug the hole first. And then I'm going to put it in vinegar for about 10 seconds. And then I will put it in the dye. And I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to use teal. I'm just feeling that color right now. And I want it to get a good solid color, deep color on it. So when you're doing these snowflakes, I would not do a background that's like a yellow or a very pale color, because you want the contrast between the white on the egg and the only color that you're putting on it. Now, you could do something if you wanted to have more than one color. You could do a light color and maybe fill in a few areas with the lighter color and then go with the darker color. It doesn't have to be all white. I've done those and they look beautiful. But on this one, I just want it to be white. So I'll be back and show you what it looks like. And here is our completed pysanka. I used the teal from the Ukrainian gift shop. I did first dye it in the a very light blue, and then I put it in the teal. I find that helps the teal take a little richer, but you can just go straight into the teal. So we have all of our diamonds. And then I decided I would do one on the other side. Sort of the same, but not exactly, because they say there are no two snowflakes alike. So I hope you had fun with this. This is really a way to just kind of be creative, try some new things, mess around with the patterns and add stuff. And anyway, they're fun to do and they're really easy, and you can do them in all these bright colors. So here are some that I've done in the past. So, and I love doing them in the bright colors. I do still need to varnish this one, but otherwise it's done. So anyway, very excited about it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.